Completing the instructional techniques and multimedia module was a lot like piecing together a jigsaw puzzle. At first, everything was a jumble of vaguely connected colors and shapes. As I worked through the material, however, I began to recognize the patterns and how the different aspects of the course connected into an integrated whole. This e-portfolio showcases my learning journey and is a powerful way to demonstrate my ability to fuse instructional techniques and media. In addition to the academic work I've completed for this module, I can demonstrate the skills necessary to integrate technology and media effectively, as well as my ability to employ a variety of learning theories, instructional methods, and assessment tools in the planning, implementing, and evaluating of my lessons. Although I wrote the reflective blogs at the end of each assignment, I started each page of the collection with the relevant reflective blog in order to orient the assignment. Mind maps are one of my most often used techniques when planning, and I used Coggle to design a neat version to demonstrate my planning process. The first assignment involved comparing two different learning theories and applying them to my teaching situation. I compared behaviorist and experiential learning theories, since I believe these two theories can bring different but complementary views to the teaching and learning process. After the assignment, I include a word cloud, which I created with Wordle. The second assignment focused on applying a new instructional technique and discussing the advantages, disadvantages, and limitations. I adapted an existing lesson to be delivered as an e-class. In addition to making the lesson available online on my blog, I can use this in the future as part of a traditional classroom setting for online learning as well as hybrid classes. I included a variety of artifacts including presentations, worksheets, videos, student works, and other paraphernalia to illustrate the practical aspects of the assignments. The third assignment explored the use of instructional media and technology in the classroom. This assignment made me realize how important it is to use a variety of media in the classroom. I have taught in various contexts, and access to technology has created vastly different learning environments. This assignment in particular allowed me to reflect on how technology can revolutionize education and our access to information, which can transform our lives. We must consider ways to reduce the ever-increasing digital divide and how to use technology to build these bridges. The fourth assignment involved assessing learning materials, curricula, instructional techniques, as well as student achievement of learning goals in order to improve on the teaching and learning process. This cemented my view that assessment should primarily be used to establish what skills and knowledge students have achieved and what still needs to be developed. The fifth assignment involved integrating all the knowledge gained from the previous assignments into the assessment of the planning, implementing, and assessment of a lesson plan. These assignments were well scaffolded, and when I reflected back on the learning process, I clearly saw how to integrate the different puzzle pieces together. I am a reflective person by nature, and the structured way we were taught to reflect on our lessons was very appealing. The sixth assignment was a practical demonstration of a conference presentation. I turned my presentation into a video which I uploaded to YouTube and shared on my blog. Both the skills and knowledge I gained while making the video will be of immense value to me in the future. The seventh and eighth assignments were collaborative learning projects. As a class, we developed a glossary of terms which will be useful in the future as a reference. In addition, I will incorporate this technique into my teaching practice by getting my own students to develop a glossary. The eighth assignment involved creating a wiki together. Collaborative learning is more time-consuming but far more valuable and effective than alternative methods. The work we created together has the potential to be better than any project we come up with on our own. However, more facilitation or moderation would have improved the quality of work developed. I've shared my contributions to the wiki as well as the final project the class created below. The self-assessment test enabled me to reflect critically on my learning journey and to integrate past, present, and potential future learning. In addition to this, I was able to connect the different aspects of my learning experience together, particularly the inclusion of learning that had taken place outside of the traditional formal learning environment. The 10th assignment was the most valuable for me. The self-reflection blogs have been the best aspect of this module. I have a personal preference for the principles of experiential learning, which propose that learning occurs through experience, specifically learning through reflection on doing. It's not enough to have the learning experience alone. It is also necessary to reflect upon that experience. This is an active process in which learners incorporate what has been learned. Writing these reflections on my learning experience has enabled me to clearly integrate the knowledge and skills developed. The 11th assignment involved group discussions. Over 6 months, we discussed 6 topics which were clearly related to the goals and outcomes of our course. This provided us with an opportunity to learn from the experiences and backgrounds of people from vastly different walks of life. It also involved the development of crucial but often overlooked soft skills. The most effective discussions were based on good communication, not just an individual rattling off their own opinion without acknowledging the other voices in the conversation. Those who responded and learned from each other had the most to offer and the most to gain. The 12th assignment provided the opportunity to reflect on the cooperative learning that took place over the course of the module. Particularly in distance education, it can be challenging to create a community of learners, and it is common to feel isolated in the learning process. A variety of information and communication technology can be implemented to connect learners and allow an online community to be created. Peer review is an essential skill that is necessary for learners at every stage and level to develop. It is the foundation of the academic environment, and every field requires rigorous and robust peer review to ensure that material produced is valid and trustworthy. Fostering an environment in which students can practice these skills is a valuable task. An e-portfolio is truly the best way to combine media and instruction. The diploma I received is necessary, but what is more important is the actual ability to do something practical. If I had merely regurgitated the textbook in parrot fashion in an exam, I would have a degree but no skills. Due to the efforts I've put into my e-portfolio, I can truly showcase my ability to design my own worksheets and material and to employ a wide variety of instructional techniques, learning theories, and media.